Hey guys, Jen Graves here. So I just got done doing some reviews and stuff, and I'm kind of in a little like manga fort. I kind of showed this on one of my other ones, but yeah, it just kind of built up in here. Anyway, so this one is a manga talk video, um, and I just wanted to ask and see what y'all thought about it and what else you um, thought, I guess, and include mine in there for y'all. So, um, and I mean, you don't have to get too nitty gritty with it or anything. Just post in my comments down below. Yeah. So the whole thing is the question that I'm proposing for all of y'all is, what is like your top of all times like favorite anime manga person that you just love, you know, and somebody that you would get like merchandise and stuff for them, you know, different stuff like that. Like some big ones that I would say for like most people, that everybody knows, like Pikachu. You know, that's one that a lot of people like, a lot of people know. But I want to know like the one that you like the most. You know, so any kind of thing, one that you have liked forever, in a series that you liked. Whenever somebody asks you what's your favorite anime character, this is usually one that pops up a lot of the time. You know, so I mean, if you want to give me like your top two, that's fine too. Top two, top three. Um, so um, I only thought about this because um, I've been looking a lot at getting some statues and stuff of one of my favorite characters, and you know, I mean, there's some other ones that I've been looking at, but I've been looking at Nindroid. I've been looking at some crazy little statues that go with it. I've been looking at posters. I've been looking at all this other stuff, you know, kind of to, I guess, spice up my room a little more, my anime room, or just whatever, my house in general. Um, and so that's kind of my question to y'all. Um, you know, so for me, guys, and this is a while. It will take a little bit of a backstory to explain to y'all too. Um, so, my favorite person, and I have a poster of him somewhere, but I actually need to find it. It's one of those 8-piece posters where you can spread them out a little farther without using a frame or anything. You know, just pin them up, and it all goes together. So you can either put them together real close knit and everything, have them overlapping a little bit, or have, you know, like an inch space in between every square, and still be able to tell the picture. Um, but anyway, so my top guy, um, so far of all time, really, I haven't had another one replace him or anything. I don't know who would replace him. Um, you know, I've liked him that much and everything since I first saw him, and I've just kind of always kind of told people that that's what I really enjoyed, who I really liked and stuff. Um, so that person, guys, is Kakashi from Naruto. He's always been my favorite person. Just the way he carries himself, the way he's always been, you know, up until the end of the manga, the TV show, everything. I've just always liked his character. And part of that, going into story mode now, part of that I would have to say is from my friends. We had a group kind of us that was in high school, and it was done by one of my brother and my other friends that um, I would consider one of my brothers too. Um, but he doesn't live here anymore. He moved away, but we still kind of keep in contact here and there. Um, but in our group, we kind of had this whole thing where everybody had like a code name, which was weird. I wouldn't have come up with anything like that. um, you know, but so mine was Kakashi because of how intellectual I was, how cool headed I was, everything else. And um, whenever we played games or whatever, or anything, my uh, friend brother guy would tell me, he's like, you pay such close attention to when people play and whatnot. He goes, it's almost different. You're a different kind of player than most people with, you know, card games, board games, anything. He goes, you actually watch like the other player, and he goes, like you're trying to analyze them to get in their head and kind of figure out what their next move's going to be. He goes, it's kind of what you do. And he said, when it comes down to it, he goes, you're so versatile too. He's like, we used to play, all of us kind of used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit, just for fun, because, it was at the point where there was so much new stuff coming out, and we just kind of decided to play with the old cards, like the ones that first came out and stuff. I mean, we were just kind of old rebel nerds like that. Um, but he was like, he's like, we'll sit there and play that game. And he's like, if you see people that usually always play close to the same way, they don't grow from a loss or grow from a win or anything. They don't do that. He's like, they usually find a way that they like, and they just continue that. He goes, you're just so flexible. He goes, I could play you 10 different times. He said, you're going to have 10 different styles to play me in. And he said, I understand that it all just comes down to the tools that are in your hands. And I said, well, yeah. I said, I always kind of do that. I said, but I always try to keep it fair. I always try and walk away without any disappointments. Which I'm very positive, guys. I'm very super positive. And I've had a lot of my friends, different families, tell me that it's a good thing that I'm that way, because a lot of my friends are kind of negative. But he said that's just how it is. He's like, that's how you are. So I was donned the name of Kakashi, with other names that followed suit soon after that. It was kind of weird. I had a lot of names that started sticking to me over different reasons and different things. One person called me Jiraiya. One of the same friend that gave me the name and stuff and said, this is who you'll be, said, he goes, you're not just Kakashi. He's like, you're like super smart. He goes, well, he said, this is what would have changed the manga. He said, it's real bad because if with the Sharingan, if you were a Uchiha, he said, I know you would have changed the tide of battle from what happened in it. And I said, oh, okay, just not thinking about anything. Well, there's a rapper named Eddie Rath that we started listening to his music too. And at one point in one of his songs, he says, the King of Sharingan. And so my friend would call me that. He'd call me Kakashi, the King of Sharingan. And so that's kind of how everything was built on a lot of Naruto stuff with my friends. There were a lot of other characters and stuff that I liked, but they just kind of kept it up that way. You know, my friend will still kind of do that. So it's kind of funny and crazy at the same time. But yeah, since then, and since before, I've always liked Kakashi. He's always been one of my favorite characters. And, you know, I was a little upset closer towards the end of the manga, because I don't think he was as strong as he could have been. You know, there was a lot of different stuff, and if you've seen my other video, I'm talking about like who is Manga Man. That's just one of my little heroes that I've made. Usually when I read manga, I try to imagine how I would be in that situation. And sometimes it's me. And sometimes it's another character that I'll make that goes off of it. You know, I've done it for Bleach and One Piece and Naruto, you know, the big three. And just other ones. I've done it for other manga and stuff too. But, you know, just different stuff. I've had a lot of different things like that I've done. You know, but all the times or whatever, Kakashi has always been the one that I've always liked. He's been the one that I've always wanted action figures and stuff of, even though I couldn't have it. Now that there's like a Nindroid of him and stuff, I think I will have to try and get some of that stuff and some of the little statues and stuff I've found of him. They are pretty cool. And I do want to get those, you know, just to support my character. So that's really about it, guys. You know, there's not that many more. Maybe Jack Skellington off of The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's probably one of my other big ones. Other than that, though, there's not really too many other guys, you know, that are out there that I'd say, oh yeah, you know, that's the best. You know, there are some guys that I'd like to collect statues or something for, but they're, it's probably not gonna happen with those. So, anyway, though, so that was the question, and I answered it on my part for y'all. You know, what's your favorite character of all time? And I guess give me a little description of why, if that's ever happened to you or helped you out in life. You know, different stuff. So, anyway, just let me know down in the description below. Like I said before, it's right down there. And I will catch you guys later on. I have some more reviews I need to do later on. And I have you know, as I said in some other videos, a lot of manga to read this week. At least 30 to catch up for you guys on finishing out my Spartan challenge with the extra 30 I'm doing for y'all. So anyway, like I said, I'm Jen Graves. I will catch you in another video, and you know, see ya. And I guess have a good morning, night, afternoon. So if only I knew the Truman Show thing, I'd totally tell you all that. I think it's, if I don't see you again, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I think that's what it was. So anyway, little funny tidbit, but yeah, I will catch y'all later. Jen Graves, signing out. Bye.